The best way to have massive success on TikTok with a low budget is to test really good products and invest the time and effort required to truly understand what you're doing before you actually start. But there's another thing that you can do that nobody knows about. Everybody knows that if you get into dropshipping with paid ads, that you should have a budget of at least $2,000 to $3,000 so that you can test products and scale once you find a winner. But what if you didn't? Or what if you had the budget and you simply don't want to waste it? You want to make sure that you're spending it in the best way possible. This strategy is going to give you everything that you need to see success with a smaller budget. But not only that, it's also going to give you everything that you need to see success faster than somebody with a normal budget. Number one, do an insane amount of product research. The best way to see success with a low budget is to invest a ton of time into making sure that the products you're testing are actually good. There are lots of typical dropshipping products in the space where if you test them, you're just going to be like 1,000 other people that are also testing them like you. And the only way to know about these products is just to see them over and over and over. And once you do see them over and over and over, you're going to be able to identify them and know that they're not good products to test. This lowers your chances drastically of testing trash products and wasting money on products that you shouldn't be testing. One of the reasons that I'm so good at selecting products is because I have 5 to 10 students that send me their product list every single week for me to review. So I see tons of products, and throughout my 5-year career in dropshipping, I probably reviewed tens of thousands of products in different product lists from students, clients, VAs that I've hired, all these different things. So I've seen a ridiculous amount of products, and this drastically helps because when I see something new, I can quickly identify it as something new, but I can also compare it to all the other winning products that I've seen, which we'll talk a little bit about later, and determine if that product is good or not. Seeing a ridiculous amount of products and a ridiculous amount of TikToks helps also with your confidence quite a bit. It'll help you be able to identify certain things that have worked in the past and certain things that don't work. And when you do stumble upon something new, you can make your own judgment coming from your own experience on whether that product is something that could potentially work. Does it have similar quality traits? Does it have a similar price point? Is the ad similar enough? Is the problem it's solving strong enough? These are all things that you're going to start noticing the more product research that you do. Number 2, follow a proven method. One of the biggest killers of most of people's budgets is simply just not knowing what they're doing. What I would recommend is choose one source of information and use that source of information for everything and commit yourself to following that person's method. If you want to follow my method, by the way, they're pretty good. They've made hundreds of people successful. If you want to learn more, links in the description on how you can get more information on what we do. But a beautiful thing happens when you actually pick a method and choose to stick with it. You stop second guessing yourself. You stop second guessing if what you're doing is correct or if you are doing something wrong. I cannot tell you the amount of people that DM me like, hey, I tested this product and made no sales. What did I do wrong? Was it my store? Was it my ads? Was it this or that? And in my eyes, I'm just like, shut up. Like, if you were following my strategy, you wouldn't be wondering if it was your store or your ads, because I have detailed breakdowns of what you should look for on your store and what you should look for in your ads and how you should be doing your product research. So if you're doing all these things and you're still not seeing success, you do not need to second guess it. Chances are the product that you tested just isn't a winner and you can move on. Following a proven method will also help you with the next tip, which is number 3, how you can lower your testing costs by up to 50% when testing products. When I'm actually testing products, the 2 biggest things that I spend money on is the domain name and the ad spend. I spend around $100 per product that I test. So if you had a budget of say $1,000, that would allow you to test around 10 products if you follow my strategies. Domains are about $15 each if you're doing a one product branded store, which is something that I recommend doing most of the time. And the ad strategy that I follow is 5 ad groups by 25 per day. I just made a video on this. You can go check it out if you want to see my ad strategy, which is a total daily budget of about $125. And normally I'll let it spend somewhere between $60 and $80 before determining if it's a good product or if I should just kill it and move on. Now, the domain for your one product store is 100% worth it. I've already split tested this hundreds of times, niche store versus one product store with TikTok ads specifically. I think one product branded stores do bring in a higher conversion rate, but if you are on a tighter budget and you're trying to be a little bit more budget friendly, I think you could cut out the domain part of it and you can just test on niche stores, or at least build a one product store under a niche domain so that you don't need to buy a new domain name every time you want to test a product. As for the actual ad spend that you're running, almost every single winning product that I've seen come up on TikTok has made at least one sale by the time it spends $50. Very rarely will the results just absolutely suck between $0 and $50 in spend, and then between, $50 and $70 in spend, all of a sudden it just starts performing beautifully. It doesn't happen. It's just completely unnecessary. And all that I'm trying to say is, if all winners that I've found have made a sale within 50 spent and it doesn't get better at a certain time of day or a certain amount of spend, then there's really no reason to let it go for an extra $20 or $30 once you hit that $50 spend threshold. So if you were working on a very, very tight budget, I think it would be reasonable to say that you can spend $50 on your first test campaign. And if you do not have a sale, it's probably best for you to move on from that product if you are trying to be very cost efficient. Now, for normal students and people that have normal budgets of, 2 to 3K or more, I would usually tell them like, hey, just let it spend the extra $20 to $30 because sometimes it will make an extra sale between that point. But for the majority of winning products that I find, they truly make a sale within that first $50 level. So if you're working on a tight budget and you're trying to make the best out of your situation, I would 100% recommend killing it at $50 if it does not have a sale. And if you want more information on how I analyze ads, how I launch ads, how I scale, I just did a whole series about this that you should definitely check out as well. One more thing, if you really want to get up to date with strategies, then you should 100% join my Discord. The link is in the description. We got about 1,500 people in there now who are testing products every single day, scaling stores, just awesome ecom people. I got a bunch of trainings in there. I got a bunch of coaches in there on email marketing, Pinterest ads, Google ads, TikTok ads, Facebook ads, organic marketing. We got a ton of different people in there, ton of different resources. So definitely go check that out if you haven't yet. With all of these tips, you should be able to see success on your store with a much lower budget than the average person, and honestly a lot faster, because if you're spending the time up front to like really get to know the market and what types of products are already out there, you're going to be able to identify much better products to test than if you didn't. And you also follow a proven method, something that works, so you're not second guessing yourself, and you're also running very lean with your domain and your ad costs, or one or the other, however you want to mix it up. I think with those three combined, you could potentially find a winning product and scale it much quicker than somebody who's sloppier with their ad strategy or sloppier with their product research. And this is what I meant in the beginning of the video when I told you that this will not only show you how to operate on a low budget, but it will also show you how to operate much faster and more efficiently and with a better strategy, so that you can probably come into dropshipping with a lower budget and beat somebody who has a higher budget just because you're being smarter and better in the way that you do things. Anyways, that's it for this video. See y'all later. Peace.